Imagine raising a pig for months only to sell it at a loss simply because it looked hungry and malnourished. This happened recently when I connected one farmer to a buyer. The farmer had a breeding bull, a pig that had already produced litters on her farm. She initially priced it at 2,000 Ghana cedis, which was already low, but because the pig had lost weight and looked very weak, the buyer bargained it down to 2,500 Ghana cedis. That was a very serious loss, but if she had prepared her pig properly, she could have sold it for much more. So today I'll just show you how she could have avoided this mistake and made sure she got the best price for her pigs. Many farmers lose money because they make these common mistakes when they are selling their pigs. And one is selling malnourished or underweight pigs. If your pig looks weak, thin and unhealthy, buyers will immediately lower their offer. No one wants to buy a pig that looks like it won't produce enough meat for them. If you don't know the market price, your pigs will be priced lower and you will not even know it. So if you don't know how much pigs are selling for in your area, buyers will always try to take advantage of you, especially if this buyer is coming from a town that is well developed than where you are located. They will try to outsmart you. So before selling, ask around or check local markets for the current price of pigs of the same size and breed. That's why you need to join pig farming groups so that you can always ask questions. In case there's somebody around you in the same group, the person can answer you, this is what you are selling for currently on the market. And then you will do your adjustment and price your animal as well. The third mistake is accepting low offers too quickly. Many farmers panic and sell fast because they need money. Yes, this is very valid. We are all in this to make money. But when you rush, you lose. Buyers always start with a lower price. Your job is to negotiate. Now let's talk about how you can prepare your pigs for sale so that buyers will see the value and pay for the price that you deserve. And one is feeding and fattening the pigs. So you start feeding your pigs well at least 1 month before the selling day. If they are too skinny, you increase their feed ration and include energy-rich feeds like maize, soybean, and then maybe PKC to boost their weight gain. PKC is one of the ingredients that helps pig put on a lot of weight. You see a small pig being fed on PKC and it is way heavier than the other pigs. And the second thing you can do is to check for the health. Since nobody wants to buy a sick pig, make sure your pigs are dewormed and free from parasites with a clear skin. A healthy pig means more meat and buyers will pay more. Besides, as producers, let's also be mindful of public health. Presentation really matters in pig farming, but we don't see it. So before selling, clean your pigs. Please just wash them. Remove any dirt and make sure the pig look fresh. They come to assess it. Buyers are more likely to pay well when the pig looks healthy and is well kept. Do you know that the conditions of your farm alone, the pens or rooms, can also influence the price of your animals? While your housing does not have to be the most expensive or the most modern, it should be well maintained and hygienic enough. Let me just chip in this personal encounter. In 2022, my pen was too full that I had to keep some of the pigs in an uncemented, dusty rooms. Even though the pigs in those rooms were much bigger than those in the other cemented rooms, but the buyers preferred to pay more for those on the cemented rooms until I changed them to the cemented room to bath them. That was where I commanded the higher price for the same animals. Now that you're here, I want to share with you how you can negotiate and avoid selling for less than the price your pig is actually worth. And the first one is you set the right price. Set the right price. How do you set it if you don't know the current price on the market? And this is where many of us get it wrong. Do your best never to ask a buyer, how much will you give me? If you do, you are handing over your power to the buyer. If you are selling by the weight, let them know how much you sell per kilo. If they agree, you weigh and multiply. If it is the point and price style like what most of us use, you tell them, Mr. Buyer, this is the pig. It is going for 5,000 Ghana cedis. And shut your mouth up, else you will mess things up. And wait for the buyer to come with their own price. I have seen instances where farmers, after mentioning the price of the pig, will quickly ask the buyer, or what do you think? What do you think? You think it's too expensive? Definitely, they will think it's too expensive. There are buyers who will not offer any amount after you have said your own. They will rather ask you to reduce. Here, Francis will not say anything until they state how much they are willing to pay. Let me even share this part of my experience also with you. A buyer once came to my small farm and I priced my animal at 3,800 Ghana cedis. He offered 2,500. I reduced it by 100 cedis. He increased his side by 50 cedis. To me, the actual amount I would have accepted for the pig was 3,300 Ghana cedis. On that very day too, I had a lot of time on the farm because I was cleaning the pens, so the longer we took to reach agreement, the less the boredom for me because I had someone keeping me company once I do the work on the farm. So we dragged it by 50, 100, 50, 100 until the deal was sealed. But I didn't win. I lost 100 cedis when I agreed to accept the price at 3,200 Ghana cedis. So this is what I just want you to know. If you think your pig is worth 2,500, don't start at 2,500, especially when you don't sell by weight. You will definitely lose. But there's no way you tell a buyer the amount and they will not ask for reduction. You will definitely have to reduce it. So you always increase it more than what you are expecting. There are some buyers too, you have to start at 3,000 Ghana cedis and add 3,500 Ghana cedis, assuming you are targeting 2,500. I once had a buyer who overpaid for a pig until I decided to have mercy on him myself. The pig to me was worth 1,800 Ghana cedis, but I started from 2,800 and guess his first offer. He offered to pay 2,000 Ghana cedis straight away. That was one of the fastest negotiations ever on my farm. I pretended the price was not good and he was willing to even add more until I said, okay, because it is your first time, let's end it here. I accept it. What this one even helped me was that it set a benchmark such that this man, he does not bargain too long with me when it comes to buy pigs again. I don't know if you are getting what I mean here. And the next thing you can also do is that you show confidence when you are selling your animals. Buyers can tell when you are unsure of your price. So you have to stand firm and explain why your pig is worth that price. Once again, don't talk plenty, else you end up reducing the price, which you only get to realize after your animal has left the farm. So show confidence, and you can't be confident when your animals are not well kept. Your pen is scattered anyhow, and your environment, you can't be that confident if you are not doing things right. That is why you need to make sure things are first moving in order. Your pens are cleaned, your animals are healthy, your surroundings are perfect before you can be this confident. And you are not supposed to also sell in desperation. This was one of the mistakes a farmer recently made when I connected her to the buyer. The buyer asked a simple question: why are you selling all these pigs at once when your farm is not even big? As simple as I need money, she answered wrongly. Her reply was that the pigs are eating deeply into my pocket, I don't have money to feed them, I'm currently down with finances, I just need somebody to carry them away, I will be okay even if the person doesn't pay me the full amount up front. Someone to just carry them away? Carry them away? Seriously? I was just looking at them when they were bargaining. I was seated on my motorbike, they were bargaining. Serious. But the worrying part was that I took this buyer to the farm myself after the farmer told me about the pig's availability. While I was there with the buyer alone, I asked him, how much will you pay for this pig? He replied, if only she will accept 1,700 Ghana cedis, I'm willing to pay that. But to my surprise, the buyer got this pig for 1,500 in my presence. Serious, it happened in my presence. This is the second time I felt very guilty in pig farming, watching them exploit a farmer like that. Wow. I don't know why some of us behave that way, because this person I'm talking about reached out to me and then he was like, the least you accept is 1,800. She even gave me a range, that 1,800 to 2,000, that is her range. So to me, I was thinking that she'll be able to get 1,800 for herself. But once she saw the buyer, she came down all the way to 1,500. Lost 300 when the buyer even was willing to pay 1,700. This woman couldn't bargain to that level, left it at 1,005. This buyer got to his station, butchered this pig, and that same evening, the meat got finished that same evening. Then he told me that he was coming back to the woman's farm to pick another animal. So why won't you come? Cheap things are there. It was at this moment that I had to quickly call the farmer to adjust her pricing before the man gets there. Buyers, they can really sense it when you are desperate. In fact, let me just end the video here. Maybe the farmer is already watching this. But the truth is, I always find ways to educate these farmers to handle their farms like real businesses, because they are. Many of us don't even keep records at all. If you ask a farmer to estimate how much they spend per month on their pigs, many will struggle. My job here is to help you correct some simple mistakes, but if you insist, we move. By the way, I still have my record keeping templates available. You can also get my practical pig farming guide, where I share more of how to price and sell your pigs from my own experience. The link is in the description below. Pig farming is already expensive. Why do you still allow yourself to lose money? Learn it, and learn it the right way. That is how you survive in pig farming.